Tonight's big stories. Most likely a hoax. That's what the Civil Aviation Authority now says about the anonymous bomb threat that prompted them to put all 42 airports across the country under heightened alert. We'll get more details from Kaap later in the program.
An unlikely duo led the rice distribution for 4P beneficiaries in Roxas City, Capiz earlier today. I'm talking about President Abby Marquez and former Senator Mar Rojas.
And make way for TikTok's Lumpia Queen. We'll be speaking to Abby Marquez, who has been hailed as the TikTok Awards Foodie Creator of the Year in the Philippines.
Welcome to the show. I'm Regina.
I'm Gretchen Ho.
And I'm Shawn.
It was most likely a hoax. That's what aviation authorities have now said about that anonymous bomb threat that prompted them to put all 42 airports across the country under heightened alert. CAAP's initial statement said that they received a warning saying that aircraft from Manila headed to Puerto Princesa, Mactan, Cebu, and Bicol and Davao are about to be set off by a bomb. This caused quite a bit of furor and even made international headlines. While they validated the information, CAAP said they already put in place stringent access control for both personnel and vehicles and a thorough inspection of passengers and cargo.
Now, as for the situation in NAIA, the Transportation Department said that there are no expected impact to any scheduled flights. The agency assures the public that protocols are in place, including mobile patrols and K9 units, to ensure everyone's safety.
Recall as well, in recent weeks, may mga nauna napabalitang bomb threat. There was one in Bicol just this Monday. And of course, yung Molotov cocktail na pinasabog sa parking area ng NAIA Terminal 3 last September 23. If you remember that bomb joke, yung nilagay sa, sa CR, diba? Doon sa may tissue, sa plastic. That really had a lot of flights delayed.
Still everywhere around the airport.
They have to investigate every
Yes.
single one of these. That's a problem, right?
But again, there's always that reminder that it's bawal to make bomb
Of course,
jokes.
that's why
and
it's
punish-
illegal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's punishable by law.
A problem with this one is it's anonymous. So here to talk about this heightened alert status across Philippine airports, we have on the line CAAP Assistant Director General, retired Major General Ricardo Banayat. Good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us tonight. Can you hear me? Good evening, Major General Banayat. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening po.
Thank you so much for taking time out. I know it's been a busy day for you. So my first question is, can you paint us a timeline of the series of events today? Around what time did you receive the bomb threat and in what form was it?
Yes, ma'am. Noong October 4, around 8:40 in the morning, I was texted by our chief of the air traffic service, and she indicated that he was receiving emails from somebody about and he received something like seven emails already. So he texted me this, and immediately I called NAIA security chief.
Teka lang.
He-
General, bago nyo ipagpatuloy, confirm ko lang, October 4, you received 7 emails. Tama po ba yung narinig ko?
Yung air traffic service chief na doon sa mail niya.
So, sir,
Hindi
bakit,
po ako.
sir, bakit today lang po yung tinawag yung heightened alert if October 4 pa yung emails?
Noong October 4 po, nag-issue na kami niyan ng alert namin.
Okay.
October pa po kami nag-apply niya.
So, bali, October 4 pa po naka-heightened alert, pero ngayon lang po nagpanik, kumbaga, yung karamihan sa atin. Tama po ba? Pagkakaintindi?
Opo, kasi usually mayroon kaming procedures na ganyan na may mga unverified threats na kuan. We usually have we issue this memo sa mga airport managers namin.
Sir, today lang kasi na-receive ng media eh. That's why we thought today lang yung incident. Bakit po today lang na-issue sa media yung announcement, yung memorandum?
Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
go ahead, please.
Ay, ganun po ang procedure namin. Sa amin lang po, doon lang po kami nag-i-issue sa mga airport managers, sa mga security units.
Bakit po, sir? Para po ba hindi mag-cause ng panic?
Ganun na nga. We normally do not, pag hindi pa verified talaga, just like this, we exert effort kung saan nanggagaling, mga ganon, para i-confirm namin. So we temper yung mga information na ganito.
And to clarify lang, so you're saying nung October 4 pa under heightened alert ang 42 airports across the country?
Yeah.
Hanggang ngayon po...
Pero usually ang mga airport managers, we have our own what we call yung airport security plan for its airport. And itong planong ito ginagamit sa mga ganyan, bomb threats, mga senaryo na unusual o incidents sa mga airport.
Major General, ano po ba yung nandun sa bomb threat? Ano po yung nakalagay? At bakit po 42 airports ang naka-heightened alert?
Ang nasa sa message, sabi niya may sasabog na eroplano sa paliparan, tapos minention niya yung NAIA, yung Davao, yung Bicol, yung Cebu, Palawan, yan, yung mga binanggit niya.
Bakit po ito pinaniwalaan natin? Kasi sabi niyo po, dumadaan kayo sa verification process. Ano po yung dun sa email na yon o sa mensahe na yon na nagsabi po sa inyo na maaaring totoo ito?
We do not take this lightly, mga ganito na information given to us. Unless talagang alam natin na it came from somebody else naman, hindi naman threat.
General,
So we exert a lot of effort.
okay, naintindihan po namin, General, no, na we all take a bomb joke seriously. We see it po sa mga airport terminal. Bawal nga po mag-bomb joke kasi may parusa. Same po ba yung parusa? Pagka sa ganito, kunyari mahuli nyo yung salarin, pareho lang po yung parusa kaysa isang tao na mag-bomb joke out loud, verbally, sa mga terminal ng airport po?
I don't really know yung parusa. But sa aming mga airports kasi, ma'am, mayroon kaming mga aviation security police, aviation security group na members ng PNP na naka-assign po sa mga airport. Aside from that, may mga immigration personnel kami at saka OPS, mga Office of Transport Security personnel doing the X-ray screen.
Major General, when you say heightened alert, what does that mean for passengers? Especially we're going towards the weekend. Ano po ang dapat paghandaan? May extra layer po ba ng proseso?
Dinadagdagan po namin yung pag-i-inspect. Hindi naman lahat ng bagahe personal ini-inspect namin. an increased number of personnel to inspect, and then yung mga personnel namin 24/7 naman lagi.
Okay, so as of now, Major General, October 6 na po, medyo halos 2 araw na nakalipas. Can we say
Yes,
that this was a total hoax? So, bale peke lang po siya, wala pong threat at safe po ang lahat ng paliparan natin sa bansa?
Sa akin sa aking palagay we have inspected everything already. We have placed personnel sa mga dapat bigyan ng additional vigilance at inspections. So ganun pa ang action namin.
Kailan po ibababa ang this heightened alert? Kumbaga, because
Actually, nung hapon ng October 4, kasi in-inspect na rin yung NAIA yung mga bandang magpa-5 o'clock na hapon. Yung info sa atin ni General Gonzales ng NIA, dinahil na yung na-clear na yung NAIA, kaya normal na yung operation sa bandang 5:00 ng hapon ng October 4.
sorry, General, clarify ko lang. So you've lifted this heightened alert?
As of 5
Is
p.m.
that
po?
correct?
Ano?
You've lifted this na lift na yung heightened alert status ng lahat ng airports sa bansa?
Yung hindi naman pag heightened alert kasi talagang dinodoble namin ang tao namin saka yung vigilance. So para ma-inspect namin lahat yung nararapat.
Pero sir, tapos na po? Kumbaga binaba na po natin yung heightened
Kaya
alert?
ang mga airport managers natin, they are on the airport managers natin, they are on the site, sila mismo na sa site, and nag-continue pa rin yung ibang airport.
Kanya-kanya po.
Kanya-kanya.
Kanya-kanyang desisyon.
Tulad ng Davao, continue pa rin. Yung Bicol, continue. Pero yung iba, normal operation.
Have you consulted with Transport Secretary Jimmy Bautista about this? And ano po yung sinabi niya, if so?
Alam niya na po.
Okay. Alam niya na nung incident ay itong heightened alert is nangyari noong October 4.
Yes.
Tapos as of today, sorry, hindi pa rin po klaro, are we under heightened alert pa rin or no?
Yung sabi ko nga, yung mga iba, normal na. Pero yung continuous pa rin yung nila, global vigilance.
So each airport, they can decide on their own if mag-heightened alert sila or hindi?
Yes. They
Yung
can,
NAIA po, under heightened alert or no? Yung NAIA?
At noong October 4 pa ng hapon, pa na yan, dineclare na tinext na sa akin ni General Gonzales na cleared na.
Okay. We're gonna have to leave it there. We thank you so much for your time tonight. That was CAP Assistant Director General Retired Major General Ricardo Banayat.
Okay, ito naman, security threat din pero hindi hoax, unfortunately. So we have been covering this story since the start of the week. Hackers apparently leaked the data that they stole from state health insurer PhilHealth to the surface web. So ibig sabihin yan, the data have become more accessible to common internet users as they are now available in online marketplaces like Telegram. The information stolen by the Medusa ransomware group were uploaded onto this website called OSINT Corp. That's 600 gigabytes worth of files, according to the Department of Information and Communications Technology, or DICT. DICT Undersecretary Jeffrey Ian D. says this is the final stage of hacking, where the information is now being distributed or sold to scammers. Most of the information stolen belong to PhilHealth employees, including photos of their GSIS IDs, addresses, ATM card details, and payrolls. But according to PhilHealth, the hackers were only able to steal old data.
Yung kasing mga employees data is mga around records ng 2006 or 2009. So, hindi naman siya mga current na employees. Mga old documents naman siya. May mga contract, minutes of the meeting, may mga internal memo. So, yun po yung mga iba na nandoon na kasama sa nakuha.
PhilHealth is now coordinating with the GSIS, Land Bank, and the Pag-ibig Fund for the updating of PINs or passwords of compromised accounts. But the bigger question now is, did this data leak also include members' information? Here's what the DICT said.
Meron bang members' data that was compromised?
Yes.
The answer is yes. That's the simplest answer. But whether or not the entire database was compromised, all of the pareho tayo Manong Ted at DJ Chacha na member ng PhilHealth. Hindi yun tinamaan. But yes, there is a small subset of PhilHealth members' data that is out in the web.
Well, that is under the presumption that they already released all of the data that they had, right?
Pwede kasing
Yung
install.
500,
Could be in
600 gig.
tranches,
Yeah.
that's right.
Pero sabi
Oo.
nga, kasi nakaano pa yun, naka-compress.
Naka-compress.
So, mas malaki pa.
Yeah.
Pero usually daw, ang modus operandi nitong Medusaware is they release it once.
One time, big time.
One time, big time. Kasi they sell that eh.
Oo. So parang for
The black
the highest
market.
bidder.
By the way, this OSINT Corp is a legitimate cybersecurity site. They're actually partners with Google, and I train journalists on online safety, and that program is sponsored by OSINT as well. Or that is run by OSINT.
What do you mean? So does that mean OSINT was also hacked?
No, it's they were probably sending a message to say, oh, you know,
Okay.
we really did hack PhilHealth, the PhilHealth website. The problem here in this story is, of course, PhilHealth downplaying the severity of the hack, right?
Yeah.
Diba, we spoke to
Dr. Pargas, the spokesperson.
the spokesman, Dr. Israel Pargas, just 2 days ago, and he said at that time he was insisting it was just employees, mostly employees' data that was compromised, including their GSIS IDs, some ATM information, personnel information, payroll information, and then we were trying to press him on it, right? And he was saying, no, it looks like, kasi
Ito lang, ito lang.
inamin niya na the workstations, employees' workstations were compromised, right? If you're an employee and you have a workstation, of course, that's gonna store customer-client data,
Now we're
right?
seeing-
To add to that, no, nag-release din sila ulit ng isa pang memo to explain further what they meant after their first
that's
notice,
right.
di ba?
Yeah.
Clarifying na, again, what you just said and what Dr. Pargas said, it was only employees, personal work computers that were
may but
affected.
yung statement na yon because they said, but keep a lookout for
Pero hindi pa
any
tapos.
suspicious activity because the names, genders, identities could have been compromised
the
as
more
well.
that we don't admit things, the more vulnerable we are, and the more time we waste
Yeah.
in actually getting to solve this problem,
Exactly.
which is cybersecurity. And there are a lot of questions. That's why some lawmakers are now calling for a probe into the hacking incident. Let's bring in Camille Samonte, who has the details. Camille, what do you have?
Gretchen, the Makabayan Bloc is calling on the House Committee on Information and Communications Technology to look into this ransomware attack on PhilHealth. The minority lawmakers say PhilHealth should be able to explain clearly the extent of the data breach as they aim to increase cybersecurity measures of the health state insurer. As for employees and members affected, advocacy group Digital Pinoy said they have to strictly monitor their transactions as they are now more vulnerable to cases of identity theft or phishing. The The group admits, though, that this is a tall order and it should be PhilHealth that should make sure efforts in addressing the issue. Digital Pinoy also said that all government agencies with huge databases should secure their systems as they are usual targets of hackers. Gretch?
All right, thanks for that, Camille Samonte. Should really, take a cue from this, everything that happened with the PhilHealth, in order to beef up whichever sector or corporation has large stores of data.
Remember, this is not new. Yung Comelec nga, na-hack eh. Kompletong-kompleto.
A lot of other agencies.
A lot of other
right?
agencies.
And the problem with PhilHealth that I can't forget from that interview that we did was
the reason why.
the antivirus software had expired in May.
In May.
Correct.
Yeah, tapos
Sino
because
yung in charge ng magbantay
Exactly.
nun? Hindi
I
na
think
bibigyan
nga,
ng
sabi
funds.
nga ni Senator Poe, no, dapat natin talagang pagtuunan ng pansin to because nowadays, this is a new issue. So maybe in the old rules, this wasn't considered a lot, but
I
now
mean,
it
data
should.
is what companies sell
It's
now.
gold.
Your data is gold.
I
Your data
have a
makes money.
proposal. Let's put in some confidential funds towards that direction.
There should
There
be,
should
right?
be.
We should
That's
be
exactly
beefing
what
up
it's for.
cybersecurity.
Andun na rin naman,
internet
na-approve na sa
systems.
budget.
Correct. And it's part of intelligence then,
And
right?
might as well airport security while we're at it.
Well, up next, the number of jobless Filipinos eased in August, but millions remain stuck in low-quality jobs. More details on that when the big story returns. Welcome back. You're still watching the big story here on One News. So, ano mas gusto niyo mauna after the security issues? Good news or bad news?
Good news na lang para maiba naman.
Well, good news. The number of employed Filipinos increased in August, so that means more jobs for everyone. But the bad news is the quality of those jobs remains a concern in the country. Data from the Philippine Statistics Authority showed that the country's unemployment rate went down a bit to 4.4% in August from 4.8% in July. So yung 4.4 difference na yon, katumbas niyan, 60,000 Filipinos na nagkaroon ng trabaho mula July. National statistician Dennis Mapa reported that the employment opportunities in agriculture saw a rise in August as planting activities resumed following the country's recent typhoons. However, even though there was an increase in employment during August, it's believed that those entering the labor force may not be securing jobs of high quality. NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan has since acknowledged the challenges in generating high-quality employment opportunities within the Philippine economy.
It will take time, because as it will need nothing less than massive investment to create those high-quality jobs. High-quality jobs cannot be generated overnight. There are so many issues that we need to address.
The latest August labor force survey also showed that 5.63 million Filipinos consider themselves underemployed, which is 1.47 million less underemployed Filipinos than in July. So meron naman tayong pagpasasalamatan doon, di ba? This places the August underemployment rate at 11.7%, much better than the 15.9% in the previous period.
And so, what's the outlook going to be in the coming months? Let's find out from Shyla Francisco. Shyla, what do you have for us?
Reg, some good news as well. Government officials are expecting additional job opportunities during the Burr months. National statistician Claire Dennis Papa says there is a seasonality factor during the Burr months as businesses open more bazaars and markets. Mapa says this was seen last year and during the pandemic, where spending is normally high during the fourth quarter. NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan is likewise expecting better numbers as COVID-19 restrictions have practically been dismantled. He says the labor market's unemployment and underemployment rates are improving, signaling that the 2023 Burr month will be much better than in the previous 3 years. Reg?
Okay, thanks for that update, Shala Francisco.
Okay, mahal ba ang presyo ng bilihin? Rising commodity prices? Guess nyo kung sino sinabi ni PBBM may kasalanan.
Orders.
And smugglers, or at least that's what President Marcos keeps insisting on. PBBM led the distribution of smuggled rice in Rojas City, Capiz today. There, he insisted that smugglers and hoarders are the ones causing commodity prices to surge. President Marcos has certified as urgent the bill imposing heavier penalties for economic sabotage. What this means, or this is meant, to sanction large-scale agricultural smuggling, hoarding, profiteering, and cartels.
Nakikipag-ugnayan din tayo sa Kongreso na maamyendahan ng ilang batas upang tuluyan ng maging krimen ang agricultural economic sabotage at mapabigat ang parusa dito. Kung may nalalaman po kayong sangkot sa mga ganitong transaksyon, huwag po kayong matakot na magsuplong.
So, President Marcos led the distribution of rice alongside some special guests. Let's get the details from mobile journalist Yeda Pascual. Yeda, tell us, who are they?
Reg, aside from Social Welfare Secretary Rex Gatchalian, former Senator Mar Rojas was also present in the rice distribution. Recall that Capiz is Rojas' home province in Bailiwick, so it's not that surprising why he's there. What's juicier though is this revelation from the president. PBBM revealed that he and the former Liberal Party standard bearer are actually good friends. Don't believe it? Here's President Marcos saying so.
Alam niyo po, kami ni Mar, matagal na po kaming magkaibigan. At kahit na hindi kami magkapanig kuminsan sa politika, matagal kaming nagsama sa New York. At sana naman habang nandito siya, hindi na niya kinikwento yung mga nangyari sa amin nung nasa New York kami. Dahil bachelor pa po kami. At marami kaming mga adventure na magkasama.
Reg, we're eager to find out more about these so-called adventures that PBBM and former Senator Mar had. But I guess we'll have to wait for the next storytelling session with the President. We have to note, though, that this isn't the first time that PBBM and Mar had been tagged together in one story. Recall that there had been speculation of Mar Rojas being appointed DA chief. So there's definitely history there between the two. Reg?
Juicy. Thank you for that update, Yeda Pascual.
I think di naman masyadong sekreto na magkakaibigan silang lahat. Along
I
with
don't think a lot of
SAP
people
and
know it.
Exactly.
They see it as sitting on opposite
It's
sides
so
of the
weird kasi
political
why
spectrum.
would you publicize naman your friendship, right? But
Sa halalan, magkakaaway. Yung supporters, no?
Oo. Hindi naman sila.
Friends.
Vehemently.
At the end of the day, lahat naman sila magkakaibigan.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of friendships that we,
What do they say? No permanent friends and no permanent
In
enemies
politics. How about this? Magkaaway kaya? Kaibigan?
Well, tingnan natin because that land dispute is raging on between Makati and Taguig. Hindi pa tapos ang boxing. This time around, Makati City filed a motion asking the Regional Trial Court of Taguig to issue a status quo ante order against the city of Taguig. So, ano muna itong status quo ante order na ito? Well, this is a court order that maintains, quote, the last actual, peaceable, uncontested state of things which preceded the controversy. Makati City Mayor Abby Marquez says that Taguig is supposedly forcing the swift implementation of the Supreme Court decision that granted Taguig jurisdiction over the Embo barangays that formerly belonged to Makati City. Binay noted that Taguig is implementing the rule, even if the LGU has yet to receive a writ of execution, which is a requirement to enforce the decision. Through the urgent motion, Makati is calling for an orderly administration of the Supreme Court decision with the least disruption to the residents in affected areas.
point nga ng magkaroon ng writ of execution, it is a plan. Kasi hindi lang naman to school, hindi lang naman to health services. Paano yung garbage, paano yung kuryente, paano yung fire, paano yung disaster, ang dami pa, super dami. Pero sila, pinipili lang muna nila, ito lang gusto ko. Tsaka ito lang gusto ko lang ito. Hindi, it doesn't work that way. It has to be one complete plan and comprehensive transition.
Consistent ang two mayoras natin dito. No?
Fair to say they're not friends. I mean,
Not right
Gretchen
now.
was wondering.
Not right now.
Not right.
Diba? Pero yun nga, Taguig City Mayor Lani Cayetano has been firm and consistent that they do not need a writ of execution. And Makati Mayor Binay has always been firm that they do need a writ of execution.
Oh, that's where the crux of the matter lies, because they see it differently.
Yes.
They can't seem to come together to middle ground.
Right, but in August, actually the Regional Trial Court of Makati actually asked the Supreme Court if it does need a writ of execution, and the Supreme Court told the Makati RTC that yes, it does. I think a little bit before that, around June.
So tama si Mayor Binay.
Pero kasi hindi sa kanya sinabi yun eh. It was told to another court, to another RTC, right? Pero in June, so before that, DILG Secretary Abalos already said Red that he has been waiting for the writ of execution so that they can effectively, facilitate the transition. So I don't know. I think we have to wait for the
Mayor
ONTAC.
Binay sound reasonable to me.
It actually also sounds reasonable to me. But as
We
to what the
haven't
law...
gotten the Mayor Lani side though on the show.
Yes, actually, she just usually issues.
We reached out to her for a chance to give her a chance to air her side, and then for her to be able to air her side in this matter. They've been quiet, right? But she said that she will just issue a statement on it, which we're still waiting on as of now.
Speaking of waiting on, we are waiting on for the result of tonight's final match. Will tonight be the night that the Philippines ties its 4 gold medal tally back in the 2018 Asian Games? Well, the Philippines is closer to that thanks to Annie Ramirez. Ramirez delivered the country's 3rd gold medal after defeating Kazakhstan's Galina Duvanova 2-0 in the finals of 57-kilogram women's jiu-jitsu. Ramirez fought her way to the podium after taking down Singapore's Fiona To in the quarterfinals and beating United Arab Emirates' Shamsa Alameri in the semifinals via submission. Ramirez now joins teammate Meggy Ochoa and EJ Obiena as the only Filipino gold medalist so far in the quadrennial event. Meanwhile, fellow Filipino jiu-jitsu athlete Jenna Kyla Napoles added another bronze to the haul after defeating UAE's Hessa Almsi 4-2 in the 52-kilogram category. So far, the Philippines has a total of 16 medals, with 2 silvers from Wushu's Arnel Mandal and boxing's Yumir Marshall, and 11 bronze medals, and we will be waiting for the result of the Gilas game tonight.
Which is going on. Iniisip ko nga kanina, may nanonood kaya sa atin kasi kasabay natin yung Jordan Gilas game.
We can analyze that game. Let's turn it on. It's on our TV here. We're gonna pause for a quick one right now, but after that, if you're a foodie, you wouldn't want to miss this. We'll be having a chat with TikTok's Foodie Creator of the Year, Abby Marquez. Stay with us. welcome back. You're still watching The Big Story here on One News.
In the world of Filipino food content creators on TikTok, one young chef truly shines as recognized by this year's TikTok Awards. Meet Abby Marquez, also known on the internet as the Lumpia Queen. Recently, Abby was hailed as the TikTok Awards PH 2023 Foodie Creator of the Year, and for good reason. Marquez began sharing her culinary creations on TikTok less than 2 years ago. Today, she boasts an impressive following of 2.9 million fans, with her videos amassing an incredible 72 million likes. Welcome to the show.
Yes, magugutom na naman tayo. Because
We're
we
talking about
have...
lumpia.
Oo.
Yes.
Are you hungry? You're hungry,
How,
right?
how did it become Lumpia Queen, by the way? I want to know.
Lumpia Queen, Lumpia, the series of me making lumpia.
So literally you
dishes.
were making lumpia. That's how you started.
Yes.
Okay.
I actually started with cooking like ulam dishes I would make at home. And then, natripan ko lang, one day, I tried to experiment putting leftover marshmallows and chocolates in lumpia wrappers, like hoping to get a chocomallow pie action in there. And then, nag-fail yung recipe na yun. Okay. And then, And then, people started commenting that you should have done this, you should have frozen the marshmallow, you should have frozen the chocolate. And then, pinatulan ko lahat ng comments, lahat ng suggestion nila, ginawa ko dun sa lumpia.
Yun yung Lumpia series.
Dun siya nagsimula.
How many videos did you make after all those comments? And syempre, hindi naman pwede nasa isang TikTok lahat yun. Wala nang may ganong attention span ngayon.
Yung chocolate and marshmallow thing, I think I made 5 versions of that.
Whoa!
But after that experiment, binabalikan ng mga tao yung mga videos ko saying, ilumpia mo to, ilumpia mo to. So far, I
Ano yung
think
pinakamasarap
I've made 30.
doon sa na-create mo?
I think yung tuna cheese lumpia for the savory. I've also tried making like a strawberry cheesecake flavored lumpia. And then I also make wild experiments like putting popcorn kernels in lumpia wrappers and then frying that, seeing what would happen.
Alam mo, di kami naniniwala sa'yo kasi wala kang dala.
Oh, next time po.
Parang walang
Next
credibility.
time.
Kapanood ko na lang yung video, nagugutom.
Sanay kami na may demonstration.
Next time po.
Just watch the B-roll na lang daw. The director will play.
Parang
Ka na lang.
nakakagutom nga naman.
So
Diba?
basically, you lumpianize everything.
Yes, everything. Although that's not my only content po. But I'm very grateful for that series because doon ako nakilala ng mga tao. Nagkaroon ako ng recall
Well,
because
this
of that
was
lumpia.
in what year again?
January 2022.
During the pandemic.
Yeah, during the pandemic.
So your account is fairly new.
Yes,
Galing,
po,
ah.
less than 2 years.
Less than 2
Yes, I was still a student when I started. And then, before I graduated college, I already found myself in like a sustainable career option.
Ang galing.
So when I graduated, I didn't apply for like a corporate job, like something I always dreamt of when I was in college. So right now po, I'm a full-time content creator known as Lumpia Queen as called by the people.
What was your course?
I
tatanong
took Hotel Restaurant Institution Management.
So medyo it's aligned naman. I was gonna ask, chef ka ba? Did you go to chef
Yes.
school?
A lot of people think like I'm a chef, but to be honest po, I'm really just a self-taught home cook. Wala akong formal training. I had subjects in college, but it was during the pandemic, so everything was very theoretical. And so I think most of my knowledge in the kitchen comes from like really watching Food Network as a child and really experimenting. I remember I used to sell cookies as an 11-year-old. Like in every part of my life.
You were
I was
already
cooking.
entrepreneurial.
Yes.
So what would you say sets your content apart versus all the other food content creators out there? And there's a lot.
Yes,
Yeah. So
there's
what
a
would you
lot.
say sets you apart?
My goal po really when making a video is making it valuable to others in terms of being educational or entertaining. And how I attack entertainment in this time is I'm not afraid to show authenticity in a video. So I think a lot of people would have this parang urge to make everything perfect in a video. Pag nag-fail yung recipe, they don't publish it and everything. But I embrace that authenticity. So when I film my videos, kahit matalsikan ako ng mantika or mag-fail yung recipe, I still publish it. And I still show the people yung mga mishaps na nangyayari behind the
Masarap ka ba
videos.
magluto?
I
Kasi
think so.
meron may creators,
sabi ng mommy mo sa'yo?
meron creators magaling sa video, pero pag tinikman yung pagkain, hindi naman masarap. Ikaw, rate yourself, and ano sinasabi ng mga, I mean,
Yes.
masarap ka ba magluto?
I think so. I believe so. Well, usually po kasi ako yung tumitikim. Pero I think I am a good cook. So, I've had food businesses na binibenta ko sa classmate ko, sa kapitbahay, and nagsasucceed sila because people think that my food is good. And ngayon po, after I shoot, papatikim ko yun sa iba. Kasi I cook a lot of food.
marami
Papatikim ko sa
masyado.
Except si
family.
Gretchen.
Except I love that she has
Who's
the
sitting
audience
here
in
next to
mind.
me.
Because that's me too when I do
Yes.
videos online. I always think about what the consumer will take from my video, and I don't want to waste that person's valuable time.
Yes.
So tama yung
Yes.
sinasabi
Abby,
mo.
question. Okay, you said that you call yourself a content creator and you love to cook. Are you trying to monetize? Meaning, do you sell this food or do you just give it away? Do you sell it also? Meron ka rin
yes.
bang food biz pa rin?
I don't have a food business, so I don't sell my food. Some people would message me, parang, nagbebenta ka ba ng
mag-order?
lumpia? Yes! I don't sell food. I just create a digital material out of my cooking.
Pero ito, ano to, mga original o mga parang variations mo of what you see online?
So, it's more on the talking about the process of conceptualizing the recipes. Gusto ko kasi laging fresh yung recipes or yung atake ng isang video. So, whenever I shoot a specific recipe, talagang I spend time on thinking of a twist or a unique treatment for this recipe. Kasi ang difference ng TikTok and other platforms is that sobrang baba ng attention span ng tao sa
bilis
TikTok.
kasi mag-ano
Yes,
eh.
ang bilis mag-ganon. So you really have to capture their attention and hook them for the first 3 to 4 seconds. Kahit masarap na masarap yung adobo mo, but you don't know how to sell it in 3 seconds, people are not gonna watch it.
I guess that's why you won an award. So, did TikTok tell you why they picked you out of all the food content creators out there or food TikTokers? Ba't ikaw?
Wala.
Wala. Basta
It
tinawa-
wasn't in the
kinontak-
number of views. It wasn't
I
that.
don't think so. I don't
Okay.
think it was in the number of views because my fellow nominees are also like very successful content creators in terms of views and engagement. But regardless, I'm very
But
grateful.
every single day, meron kang content nilalabas.
No. I started maybe posting 2 to 3 videos a week. But now, everything is much more, parang mas mataas na yung standards because there are brands
you have to
coming
up it.
in. I'm signed with the management.
Okay.
And mas naging complicated na rin yung process ko. So before, I used to shoot with my phone. And yung tripod ko ay Tupperware. or some-
Patong-patong.
Yes.
Ngayon, ano na gamit
Ngayon,
mo?
it's really like a production.
Okay.
So
But
you have
do
a team now.
You have a team? Production team?
Production team, no.
May budget? Pero may budget.
That's what it means. Oh, got it.
Tsaka may
got it.
requirements.
Okay, may tanong ako.
Wait.
sige,
Sorry,
ikaw
follow
muna,
up lang
ikaw
to
muna,
Shawn's
ikaw muna.
question.
Yeah.
So does that mean that TikTok pays you for these videos? Like kind of like Facebook or YouTube? So you make
TikTok-
money off these videos pa rin?
I make money out of these videos from sponsorships alone.
Brand
But not
deals.
TikTok
Yeah,
itself.
not TikTok.
Got
TikTok
it.
doesn't have monetization yet
Got
in the
it.
Philippines.
Okay.
Although some other platforms have it, like YouTube, Facebook.
Yes,
That's
that's
what
what I
I
was
wanted
wondering.
to ask because sa TikTok, yung monetization ng views wala. So, ang pagkakitaan mo talaga brand deals.
Yes.
How do you choose which brands to accept, which brands to reject? Because also, the issue on TikTok influencers came up recently,
Yes.
diba, of people getting paid to bash someone or people getting paid to do
yes.
political campaigns. Ikaw, paano ka namimili?
Ako, I really try to understand yung branding ko as a person. So people know me for making authentic videos na hindi hard sell. Very organic lang tignan. So when I get inquiries from brands, ang isa kong condition is dapat pinaniniwalaan ko talaga tong
Paano
brand
kung di
na to.
masarap?
I don't accept
accept the deal.
I don't accept the deal. Pinag-aaralan ko yung product kung mapapasok ko ba siya sa video na it really is natural to my branding. Kasi kung hindi ako naniniwala dun sa product at parang hindi ko siya magawa ng natural way to show it to
So
the
hard.
audience. Parang
So hard.
mafe-feel
Yung masyadong pilit.
Yes,
Oo,
hindi
try.
kasi stupid yung
Yeah,
mga
correct.
tao ngayon. They're very smart. People are very smart when watching, kahit TikToks lang yan. Alam nila kung may pretentious thing happening in there. Alam nila kung totoo. So I try to protect that authenticity in my content.
Okay, and now that meron ka ng management, what's next?
Yes.
I can see some sample TikToks.
Actually,
We've been
gugutom
rolling
na
it.
ako doon.
Gugutom na ako, tinatry ko hindi tignan, pero it looks
wait,
really good,
you-
ha? Like
I
production-wise,
know.
Wait,
the
it's
lighting.
amazing.
You still only make lumpia or you've moved on to other things?
Apo. Lumpia has always been a series since the
Yeah, the
beginning.
core.
Yeah, the core.
Also, another, you have other.
Hindi, may baksilog na siya, may
Yes.
omi
Pero,
rice.
Okay.
mayat-maya, meron pa rin lumpia.
Yes,
Every
po,
so often.
I don't forget
Yeah.
about the lumpia. But hindi siya yung palagi. Kasi feeling ko magagasgas siya agad.
Pa-follow
pagka
nga kita.
Yun lang.
So parang siya yung common thread sa
Yes.
throughout your feed.
Yes.
May
Maybe
lumpia
you
every
should
so
partner with Jollibee. They recently phased out their lumpiang Shanghai.
Oo nga.
And a lot of people were angry.
Yes.
Right?
Actually, ma'am, kanina nag-post si Chowking ng hello daw, sabi ng lumpia nila. Nag-post din ako, sabi ko, sa akin, may forever ang lumpia.
Okay, so anong plano sa TikTok page? Ganun pa rin ba?
What's
Or gonna
next?
expand to YouTube?
You know why? That question is important because I also talked to Ninong Rai, I think last year, about, siya naman sa Facebook siya. So I talked to him about burnout as a
Yes.
creator. Because parang yung consistency kilala, like nagpo-post.
Yes.
And you run out of ideas. How long? I mean, meron siyang parang expected lifespan of his accounts. Ikaw, how are you going to build stability for your career?
I think the common trend when it comes to creators is they get income from content creation and like people know na hindi siya forever because trends are gonna come in, younger people are gonna come in na mas magaling sa'yo or whatever. So, hindi ka dapat maging, like, I don't think everyone expects to be super up there forever. So, ang ginagawa ng mga tao is they save and then they invest their money or their earnings into something more stable like a business or like a merch thing. Yes. And I think the future for us, well, ang mindset ko lang ngayon is to enjoy it and make the smartest decisions as possible. Dahil since new nga siya, new rin yung mga opportunities na nakikita ko ngayon. So
That's what Ninong Rai told me, and I saw him yesterday, and he said he was starring in a movie already.
Yeah.
oh my gosh!
So, ngayon mo lang malaman
know.
yan. What the future holds for Abby, but definitely we'll
Good
be
luck.
following
Good
your
luck.
career and see where that goes. Thank you so much for your time, for joining us tonight, food content creator Abby Marquez. All right, one more break. Right after that, we will be getting updates on Gilas Pilipinas' gold medal match versus Jordan in the 19th Asian Games. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're still watching Big Story here in One News.
Now, this is what every Filipino has been waiting for since the other day. Gilas Pilipinas versus Jordan for the gold medal in the Asian Games. Gilas will look to exact revenge on the only team that defeated them in this year's games. Of course, the national team is carrying the momentum of their morale-boosting win against China in the semifinals. It has been 6 decades since the country last won gold in the Asiad and more than 3 decades since copping a silver. Meanwhile, the Jordanian squad advanced to their first final match ever led by Ronde Hollis Jefferson. After the first half, Gilas and Jordan are tied at 31 all.
Oh, wow. It's so exciting.
Actually, kanina,
But yun
galing
nga,
na
they
ako sa
have-
labas si 33 na yung Jordan. 31 yung
But
Gilas.
it's a much smaller gap than
I
we
know.
expected, which is good. This is really good.
Ay, there you go,
Yes,
37.
Because
They do
remember, we
have-
did lose to them by like something like
20
25
plus
points.
That's right. Because they have
Paolo was
RHJ.
reporting to us yesterday. He was saying that ang bilis mag-adjust nitong team na to, according to their experiences, to expect a better performance against Jordan.
That's right. That's what
compared
he
to the
said.
first time that they lost.
That's the difference in the coaching style this time around. It's like they study, each game, or they look at the scenario and see where they're, falling short, and then they
And they're
quickly
gelling
make
better as
adjustments.
They
well.
That's
quickly
right.
make changes, and
Because
they
12
take
days
some
before
gambles
lang
too.
din eh. This is 12 days. They got together 12 days before the Asiad as well.
All right, so may 1 quarter pa. But before we go, time for our big picture tonight. I'm sorry to say this, but 80 days na lang, Christmas na. And we have officially marked the start of the season with the lighting of TV5's Red Ball just outside the Launchpad building at the corner of Reliance and Sheridan Streets here in Mandaluyong City. You can come down and have your selfies at our grand Christmas display.
I think it's meant to mimic a queso de bola.
No, I think it's a
Diba?
Christmas ornament.
Ah, sorry. I thought it.
Okay, gutom
You
na
know,
siya.
it can be whatever you want it to be,
I'm
Regina.
super hungry. It looks like a queso de bola to me. Okay.
All right, Regina's hungry, so I'm calling it. That's it for the show on
We
this
gotta
Friday
get to the
night.
game now. We are One News, all sides, all the time.
Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night and a good weekend.